so stopped he did for a bit or two. But I cut some corn and I shouldn't have done it, and they won't forgive me after all these years. Yeah. So we sent it to a place in the middle of nowhere with a big black horse and a cherry tree. Now it won't come back cause it's so happy, and now I got a whole further world to see. Yeah. But he said no, 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 no. He said no, no, you're not the one for me. And he said no, 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 no. He said no, no, you're not the one for me. No, 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 you're not the one for me. No, 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 you're not the one for me. Da 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 Working on a cut through, got grounds for divorce. Oh, 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 oh. Polishing a compass that I hold when I sleep. Oh, 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 oh. Down comes him my sticks, but then he kicks like a horse. Oh, wish I could eat your cancer when you turn black. I'm thinking, hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Hey, wait, I got a new complaint. Forever indebted to your priceless advice. Your advice, your advice, oh. Well, I'm so above you, and it's free to see that you pour my heart out in grief. But you tore my heart out, and I don't mind the beating. Oh, and your time it keeps me waiting, waiting. Oh, oh, oh. I got a love that keeps me waiting. Oh, I got a love that keeps me waiting. I'm a lonely boy. Oh, I got a love that keeps me waiting. Well, your mama loves you, but you're dirty to leave you. And I should have done you just the same. You tore my heart out, and I don't mind the beating. Oh, and the old time it keeps me waiting, waiting. Oh, oh, oh. I got a love that keeps me waiting. Oh, I got a love that keeps me waiting. I'm a lonely boy. I'm a lonely boy. Oh, I got a love that keeps me waiting. I got a love that keeps me waiting. Oh, I got a love that keeps me waiting. I'm a lonely boy. I'm a lonely boy. Oh, I got a love that keeps me waiting. Oh, I got a love that keeps me waiting. Oh, I got a love that keeps me waiting. I'm a lonely boy. I'm a lonely boy. Oh, I got a love that keeps me waiting. myself, so I'm gonna let it do all the talking. We'll send it to a place in the middle of nowhere with a big black gods and a cherry tree. Well, I felt a little fear up on my back. I said, don't look back, just keep on walking. Yeah. Well, that big black gods, he looked my way. He said, hey, little lady, won't you marry me? But he said, no, 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 no. He said, no, no, you're not the one for me. And he said, no, 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 no. He said, no, no, you're not the one for me. Well, my heart had a problem in the early hours, so I stopped he did for a bit or two. But I got some corn and I shouldn't have done it, and they won't forgive me after all these years. Yeah. So we sent it to a place in the middle of nowhere with a big black gods and a cherry tree. Now it won't come back cause it's so happy, and now I got hope for the world to see. Yeah. But he said no, 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 no. He said no, no, you're not the one for me. And he said no, 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 no. He said no, no, you're not the one for me. No, 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 you're not the one for me. No, 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 you're not the one for me. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Na na na, na na ee. I can't quite get there 'cause my heart's a sinking me. Oh yeah yeah. Na na na, na na ee. Can't quite get there 'cause my heart's a sinking me. Oh yeah yeah. These black horse and the cherry tree. Can't quite get there 'cause my heart's a sinking me. Oh yeah yeah. These black horse and the cherry tree. I can't quite get there 'cause my heart's a sinking me. Oh yeah yeah. I've been working on a cartoon called Grounds for Divorce. Oh, 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 oh. Polishing the compass that I hold when I sleep. Oh, 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 oh. Down comes him with sticks, but then he kicks like a horse. Oh, 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 oh. does you no good, but it does you no good, and it does me no good. There's a hole in my neighborhood down which at least I cannot help but fall. There's a hole in my neighborhood down which at least I cannot help but fall. There's a hole in my neighborhood wish I could eat your...
Excellent. Right. Good evening, everybody. Hopefully everyone can hear me. So please let me know if you can't. I'll be following the chats closely as per usual. Hopefully everyone's enjoyed the sun today. Those of you who have managed to get out and get your daily exercise in. Don't know why you started doing your daily exercise now. You lazy bastards never used to do it beforehand, but never mind. Right. So we shall get started with announcing the winner of last week. So if we can please have a drum roll. Right. Yes, very well done to the Pascanators. They are in fact winning last week's round with a very triumphant... Oh, excuse me, I have to look it up now. I know they were very triumphant. Here we go. It was 39. So very well done. And Hayden and Elaine were second with 38. Very well done. The wooden spoon for last week goes to Billy No Mates with -17. I think they're trying to make up for their 850 from 2 weeks ago. So excellent, very well done, which of course naturally means that the running leaders in the league table are Pascanators. They have a total score of 135.5 points. And in second place with 130 are the Lunatics. So very well done. So it's still all to play for. You only need one bad round. So let's hopefully we'll have finished everything that we need, and I will keep an eye on the chats. So if we are all ready, let me know, and we can get started with the first round. So I have actually changed the way that I've done it this week. There was a particular comment on one of the chats which made me think, and it was they said that if I did this entire quiz with pictures, then I would be receiving a little brown envelope under my door. So shall we get started with round one, which I have changed ever so slightly this week. It is no longer science and medicine, but it is science and nature. And let's go on to round one. Question 1. What is the name of this piece of equipment used to measure blood pressure? Question 1. What is the name of this piece of equipment used to measure blood pressure? Naturally, if you write blood pressure machine, you're not going to get the answer. I'm not going to be dumb enough to give you the answer in the question. Okay, question 2. What is the name of this type of tree? What is the name of this type of tree? Question 3. Identify this animal. Identify this animal. Question 4. What is the name of this flowering plant? What is the name of this flowering plant? Question 5. What substance would you put in here? What substance would you put into these? Question 6. What type of tree has these seeds? What type of tree has these seeds? Question 7. What kingdom do mushrooms belong to with regard to taxonomy and phylogeny? What kingdom do mushrooms belong to with regard to taxonomy? Question 7. What kingdom do mushrooms belong with regards to taxonomy and phylogeny? Question 8. Identify this fish. Identify this fish. Question 9. What is the more common name for the apteryx? What is the more common name for the apteryx? And the last question for this round, question 10. What type of tree has these seeds? Question 10. What type of tree has these seeds? Excellent. So that was the first round. Second round, I brought back geography as a round in its own right. But again, I had to try and think of a format that I could use that encompasses solely pictures. Obviously, last week I did, in my picture round, I did UK landmarks. This week I've gone a bit more globe trotting. So I've tried to get a country in every continent, which gives you a little hint of what you could be expecting to come up. So, when you are ready, we can start with question 1 of round 2. Which is, of course, question 1. Which country has this flag? Which country has this flag? Question 2. Which country has this flag? Which country has this flag? Question 3. Which country has this flag? Can you see the trend here? Which country has this flag? I hope everyone's flag knowledge is up with it. Question 4. Which country has this flag? And question 5. Which country has this flag? Okay, let's move on to question 6. I'm gonna spice things up a little bit now. Which American state is this? Okay, let's move on to it is the state that is highlighted in red. A little bit now. Which American state is this? Okay. Which American state is pictured? Highlighted in red. Question 7. Which American state is depicted below? Highlighted in red. I can picture some of the more unobservant members of you going, but there isn't one pictured in red. So I'm going to use my cursor. You can see down here, there is a red series of blobs. What state is that supposed to represent? Question 8. Which American state is this? Question 8. Which American state is this? Question 8. Which American state is this? Question 9. Which American state is this? Question 9. Which American state? Okay, and the last question for the geography round. Which American state is depicted here in red? Which American state is pictured? Okay, so that was the end of the science and nature and geography rounds. So now we're going to move on to a combination of TV and sports. You'll notice that I've taken film out of this. It's going to be TV and sport. So let's give it a couple more minutes for you to get all of your heads together and go back to thinking about all of the answers, and then we can move forward with round 3, which we shall do just about now. So can you please name the TV program that this character is from? So I want the name of the television program, not necessarily the name of the character. Question 2. Name the TV program that this character is from. Question 3. Name the TV program that these characters are from. Question 3. Let's go on to question 4. Name the TV program that this character is from. Question 5. Name the TV program that this character is from. Okay, so let's go on to question 6. What sport would you play with this? See, I've been told that my questions are too hard, so I've made it super duper easy now. What sport would you play with this? What sport would you drive this? In which sport would you drive this? If, when we're going through the results, anyone can put into the comments which car that is and who's driving it, you'll get extra kudos, but you won't get any extra bonus points. You'll just get bragging rights. Okay. Let's move on now to question 8. What game would you play on here? So what game would you play on here? Question 9. What game is played using these goals? What game is played using these goals? And the last question for the TV and sports round is question 10. What game is being played here? What game is being played here? Okay, so because of the new format in which I've tried running the quiz this week, I'm going to change where I'm going to have the repeat questions so that if anybody would like any questions repeated, now is the best time to do it so that we can not have a good 15 minutes at the end. Okay. So let me know which questions you would like repeated. Okay. So we've got a request for round 2, question 3. So that's going to be that one. Geography. Which country has this flag? And then this will be followed shortly by the TV and sports one, which was question 7, as such. Which sport would you drive this? Okay. Round 1, question 4. So we're going to go back to science and nature, and we're going to go with oh yes, name this flowering plant. These are lovely plants. The flowers tend to last about 2 weeks, but they have new shoots growing which flower from about April until October. If you feed them regularly, you'll get a really high yield of flowers. They're not particularly scented, but you get them in all sorts of colours, shapes, yeah, different heights, good foliage. Love these flowers. They're brilliant. These are one of the ones that are actually at my mother's. Round 1, question 1 was right. Round 1, question 1 was, what is the name of this piece of equipment used to measure blood pressure? And you can't just say blood pressure cuff. Okay, so that, I believe, is the end of all of the repeat questions that we've been asked for. Ordinarily, we would go to a break now, but because I wanted to broadcast the Queen's speech, because I know a lot of you will want to watch it and not miss it, I think let's plough on to round 4 and do the first 5 questions of round 4, and then we can have a break halfway through and then watch Queen's speech whilst I go and get a top up of my drink, and then we can come back, continue round 4, and then we can finish off on time. How does that sound to everyone? So just post up in the live chat comments and on WhatsApp if that's what you're happy to do. Otherwise, we can just have a half an hour break now. Grand, excellent. Right. In that case, let us plough on to round 4. My favourite rounds. Oh, I do love my music round. Now, this week, I have, instead of just gone straight in for what we did last week, which was programmes, I've done films. So I am going to play you some iconic pieces of music from iconic films. I need you to tell me the name of the film, not the name of the song. Okay? The name of the film. And the first one will go exactly like this. Okay, even though that's arguably one of the most iconic and identifiable pieces of music, for fairity and the fact that I'll be doing it twice for every other piece of music, we shall listen to that again. Excellent. So I'll give you about 10 seconds to jot the answer down. Doesn't really matter. It's in all of the films, so it can be the franchise, doesn't really matter. Let's move on to question 2. Okay, and we can have another listen to that again. Okay, I'll give you about 10 seconds and then we'll move on to question 3. Okay, and question 3. Okay, so we're going to have another listen to piece of music number 3. Okay, so you've got 10 seconds to jot down your answers. Before we move on to question 4.
Now I had the time of my life. No, I never felt like this before. Yes, I swear it's a truth, and I owe it all to you.
'Cause I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you.
And let's have another listen to question 4.
Now I had the time of my life. No, I never felt like this before. Yes, I swear it's a truth, and I owe it all to you.
'Cause I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you.
Okay, I'll give you 10 seconds to jot down your answers. Okay, and then let's move on to question number 5. And let's have another listen to piece of music number 5. Okay, so we've listened to the first the first 5 pieces of music. Are there any repeat requests for the first 5 before we take a short break and watch the speech? As I said, these are all fairly well-known films or franchises, so there shouldn't be a problem in getting at least 4 of those prior answers in the music round. Okay, so somebody would like question 7 from round 1. So I just chuck that over. What kingdom do mushrooms belong to with regards to taxonomy and phylogeny? And then we've got a repeat request for number 2 for round 4. And we've also got a repeat for number 3 on the music round. Okay, so we are going to go to our break now. So fingers crossed this is going to work, but we should go live to BBC One, where they should be broadcasting the speech at 9 o'clock on the dot, because apparently that is when Queen Elizabeth's father broadcast his first wartime speech at 9 o'clock in the evening on the radio. Therefore, she was following in suit. So let me know if this works, and I will see you just after the speech. Let me know if this works, and I will see you just after the speech. Let me know if this works, and I will see you just after the speech. Let me know if this works, and I will see you just after the speech. Let me know if this works, and I will see you just after the speech. Let me know if this works, and I will see you just after the speech. Let me know if this works, and I will see you just after the speech. Let me know if this works, and I will see you just after the speech.
is London. His Majesty King George VI.
Let us remember the men in all the services, and the women in all of the services who have laid down their lives. We have come to the end of our tribulation, and they are not with us at the moment of our rejoicing.
I speak to you today at the same hour as my father did exactly 75 years ago. His message then was a salute to the men and women at home and abroad who had sacrificed so much in pursuit of what he rightly called a great deliverance. The war had been a total war. It had affected everyone, and no one was immune from its impact. Whether it be the men and women called up to serve, families separated from each other, or people asked to take up new roles and skills to support the war effort, all had a part to play. At the start, the outlook seemed bleak, the end distant, the outcome uncertain. But we kept faith that the cause was right. And this belief, as my father noted in his broadcast, carried us through. Never give up, never despair. That was the message of VE Day. I vividly remember the jubilant scenes my sister and I witnessed with our parents and Winston Churchill from the balcony of Buckingham Palace. The sense of joy in the crowds who gathered outside and across the country was profound. Though while we celebrated the victory in Europe, we knew there would be further sacrifice. It was not until August that fighting in the Far East ceased and the war finally ended. Many people laid down their lives in that terrible conflict. They fought so we could live in peace, at home and abroad. They died so we could live as free people in a world of free nations. They risked all so our families and neighborhoods could be safe. We should and will remember them. As I now reflect on my father's words and the joyous celebrations which some of us experienced firsthand, I am thankful for the strength and courage that the United Kingdom, the Commonwealth, and all our allies displayed. The wartime generation knew that the best way to honor those who did not come back from the war was to ensure that it didn't happen again. The greatest tribute to their sacrifice is that countries who were once sworn enemies are now friends, working side by side for the peace, health, and prosperity of us all. Today, it may seem hard that we cannot mark this special anniversary as we would wish. Instead, we remember from our homes and our doorsteps. But our streets are not empty. They are filled with the love and the care that we have for each other. And when I look at our country today and see what we are willing to do to protect and support one another, I say with pride that we are still a nation those brave soldiers, sailors, and airmen would recognize and admire. I send my warmest good wishes to you all.
We meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away.
Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that you saw me go. I'll sing this song.
We'll meet again.
Don't know when.
Don't know when.
I know we'll meet again.
Some sunny day.
We'll meet again.
Don't know when.
Don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you.
Always do. Till the skies are better far away.
So will you please say hello?
To the folks that I know, tell them I love you.
They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I will sing this song.
We'll meet again.
Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again.
Some sunny day.
Hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came down in the hollow, playing a new game, laughing and a running, hey, hey, skipping and a jumping in the misty morning fog with our hearts a thumping, and you, my brown-eyed girl. You, my brown-eyed girl. And whatever happened to Tuesday and so slow, going down the old man with a transistor radio, standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding behind a rainbow's wall, slipping and sliding all along the waterfall with you, my brown-eyed girl. And you, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, just like that. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, la-dee-da. So hard to find my way now that I'm all on my own. I saw you just the other day. My, you have grown. Cast my memory back there, Lord. Sometimes I'm overcome thinking about making love in the green grass behind the stadium with you, my brown-eyed girl. And you, my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when we used to sing sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la
walking in the same way as I did, and missing out the cracks in the pavement, and tutting my heel and strutting my feet. Is there anything I can do for you, dear? Is there anyone I could call? No, and thank you, please, madame. I ain't lost, just wondering. Round my hometown, memories of phrase. Round my hometown, ooh, the people I've made are the wonders of my world. Are the wonders of my world. Are the wonders of this world. Are the wonders. And now I like it in the city when the air is so thick and opaque. I love it to see everybody in short skirts, shorts and shades. I like it in the city when two worlds collide. You get the people and the government, everybody taking different sides. Shows that we ain't gonna stand shit. Shows that we are united. Shows that we ain't gonna take it. Shows that we ain't gonna stand shit. Shows that we are united. Round my hometown, memories are fresh. Round my hometown, ooh, the people I met, yeah. Do dilly da 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 da, yeah. Do dilly da 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 da.
Okay. Hello. So, hopefully everyone enjoyed that rather moving video of the Queen's speech and now the music. So, let's carry on with question 6 of round 4. So, if we are all ready, you've had a good long time now. So just post up into the chats to let me know you're ready to go and we will make a move. Yep. Jolly good. Right. Question 6. Here we go.
You can't stop an avalanche as it races down the hill. You can try to stop the seasons, girl, but you know you never will. And you could try to stop my dancing feet, but I just cannot stand still. 'Cause the world keeps spinning round and round.
Excellent. Right, let's have question 6 once again.
You can't stop an avalanche as it races down the hill. You can try to stop the seasons, girl, but you know you never will. And you could try to stop my dancing feet, but I just cannot stand still. 'Cause the world keeps spinning round and round.
Okay, again, I'll give you 10 seconds to jot your answers down before moving on to piece of music number 7.
City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can't see. Who knows?
Okay, let's have piece of music number 7 once again.
City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can't see. Who knows?
Give you 10 seconds to jot down your answers. Move on to piece of music number 8.
Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, did you capture it? Just let it slip. Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready.
Okay, let's listen to piece of music number 8 once again.
Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, did you capture it? Just let it slip. Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready.
Okay, give you 10 seconds to jot your answers down. And we'll move on to question number 9, the penultimate music question.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you.
Let's listen to question number 9 once again.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you.
And you've got 10 seconds for your answers. And your final piece of music for the film round. Can you please tell me, from what film does this piece of music originate?
Mary, turn your face to the moonlight.
Okay, and let's listen to the last piece of music one last time.
Mary, turn your face to the moonlight. Let your memory lead you. Open up, enter in. If you find there the meaning of what happiness is.
Okay, so that concludes your music round. So let's now move on to the current news round and general ignorance. Now, hopefully you'll like the latter half of this round, the general ignorance round. I've tailor-made it for you yokels. But the first question of the news round is one that is very relatable to myself. Okay, so question 1 of current news. One of Banksy's new creations was donated to a UK hospital this week. But which hospital was it? Question 1. One of Banksy's new creations was donated to a UK hospital this week. But which hospital? Question 2. This week saw the closest black hole discovered to our planet. But how far away is it? Question 2. This week saw the closest black hole discovery to our planet. But how far away is it? Question 3. History was made in Parliament this week. But what was the act that made the history happen? Question 3. History was made in Parliament this week. But what was the act that made this history happen? Question 4. Why was Tom Cruise pictured here with a specialist team from NASA? Why was Tom Cruise pictured here with a specialist team from NASA? Question 5. Who posted a tweet with 2020 OK Bye Thanks X, teasing us with another album release? Question 5. Who posted a tweet with 2020 OK Bye Thanks X, teasing us with another album release? So that concludes the news round. Now I've come back to the main page for round 5 for a specific reason, being that the next round should hold very personal to the majority of the people taking this quiz. So it will be very interesting to see how well you all know the specific hobby in which we pride ourselves on. So, without further ado, question 6 of general ignorance is: which bonfire society do these colours belong to? Which bonfire society do these colours belong to? Question 7. Which bonfire society do these colours belong to? Which bonfire society do these colours belong to? Question 8. Which bonfire society do these colours belong to? Question 9. Which bonfire society do these colours belong to? And last but by far not least, our last question for this evening: from which bonfire society do these colours come from? Fabulous. So that concludes tonight's questions. Are there any repeats that you wish? Ideally not from before the break, but I will take some from before the break if you need. But let me know any of your questions. Otherwise, just let me know and we can go straight through to the answers. Round 5, question 9. Oh, I don't know. Round 5, question 9. It's a toughie. I mean, you've got to really pick your brains to be grabbing this one. I'll admit it's one of the harder questions I've done. Okay, so if there's no other repeat questions, then okay. There is question 10 of round 5. But if there are no other repeat questions apart from that, then I will be quite happy to move straight on to the results. And the results are as such. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, yeah, good. There are no repeats. So we're going to move straight on to the results. Here we go. So, round 1 was science and nature. Question 1. What is the name of this piece of equipment used to measure blood pressure? And the answer is... I wonder how many of you can actually still say it at this point in the evening. It is a sphygmomanometer. If you put sphig, fine, you can give yourself the point. I'm feeling particularly generous tonight. But the ideal answer is sphygmomanometer. Question 2. What is the name of this type of tree? It is, of course, the silver birch tree. Lovely and easy. You can tell what it is because the bark is silver. In the name, it's a silver tree. Question 3 asked you to identify this animal. Now, there are 2 answers you could have put. The answer that I was specifically looking for was an orca, but you can quite easily get the answer if you put killer whale. Both are interchangeable. Question 4. I asked you to name this flowering plant. Now, I can't give you the exact species or the exact type, but it is more commonly known as the Streptocarpus. Now, whether that's the Streptocarpus viola, black velvet, or Keris, I can't quite tell, but it is, in fact, a Streptocarpus plant. Question 5, I asked you, what substance would you put into these? These are bottles, and these are blood bottles. These are what you have when you have blood tests done. They take the blood in these. They all come pre-vacuum packed, and they'll only suck out the exact amount of blood that it needs to run the tests. So when you go to the doctor and they take like 5 vials of blood, that's because that's how much they need. So please stop complaining. It's really annoying. Question 6. What type of tree has these seeds? It is, of course, the helicopter tree, or the sycamore tree. I prefer the helicopter tree. I always used to play a game when I was a child, and last autumn when they came down, if you see one coming off of the tree, you had to catch it. And if you caught it, then you were bloody skilled. Question 7. What kingdom do mushrooms belong with regards to taxonomy and phylogeny? Mushrooms are, of course, fungi. Yeah, a bit of a trick there. Well done, if you managed to get it. So let's move on to question 8. I asked you to identify this fish. Now, if you looked at the colour of its fins, you would be able to tell me that it was in fact the yellowfin tuna. If you just put tuna, you can give yourself half a point because there are about 7 different types of tuna, I think. Could you get bluefin tuna, yellowfin tuna, blackfin tuna, spiky tuna, lots of different tunas is the point that I'm trying to make. So to get the full point, you have to have put yellowfin tuna. Question 9 asks, what was the more common name for the apteryx? Now, this is a very small, flightless bird, very much in common with New Zealanders. It is, of course, a kiwi. It is a kiwi bird. They're very cute. And lastly, I asked you what type of tree have these seeds. Now, again, I wanted you to be very specific here because the answer is horse chestnut tree, not chestnut. Okay, if you put that it was a chestnut tree, that is wrong. You eat chestnuts. They also have little tufts on their seeds, whereas these do not. These are poisonous. Do not eat them. Yes, exactly, Julia. Sweet chestnut. Conker tree, also it can be called. I've just been told that I haven't done question 5. So let me quickly whiz back to question 5. Oh, it's blood. What substance do you put into these bottles? It is blood. They are blood bottles. So we're going to go on to round number 2, and we will get the answers up. And here we go. Round 2 was, of course, geography, and I asked you which country had this flag. You should have put Mexico. Well done if you put Mexico. Okay, question 2. Which country was this flag? It is, of course, Iceland. The next one. Which country has this flag? The answer, Vietnam. So very well done if you managed to get Vietnam. Question 4. Which country has this flag? It's a very common mistake to confuse this with another flag. This is the New Zealand flag. It's quite commonly mistaken for the Australian flag, but the Australian flag, the stars are all white, and I believe there are 5 or 6 stars on there. I think there are 5 stars on the Australian flag that are all white, whereas this flag only has 4 stars with a red centre. And the last question was, which flag does this belong to? Very, very well done if you got this. This is the flag of Liechtenstein. So, very well done if you managed to get Liechtenstein. Question 6 was all about the American states. Now, the big one down in the south, of course, is Texas. And we're going to move on to question 7, which was this small island archipelago, which you would quite often find out in the middle of the Pacific. It's Hawaii. Question 8, which New York state is up in the top right-hand corner of the US? It is, of course, New York. Yep, New York City is part of New York State, whereas Washington, D.C. has its city complete opposite side of the country to Washington State. Question 9 was, which state is this? This is, of course, California. And lastly, question 10, bit of a rogue one. If you thought back, I think it was either to week 1 or week 2, you would have got the answer to this. All of the questions from between the weeks are interlinked. And this one was actually relevant to a question with regards to Old Faithful. Where would you find Old Faithful? You would find him in Yellowstone National Park, which is, of course, in Wyoming. I also just like Wyoming because it's basically square. It's just weird. Whoever came up with the geography of America was obviously drunk. Oh, no, you don't want that yet. And then we can move straight on to number 3, round number 3, to which I asked you to name the TV programs based on their characters. So this is Temperance Brennan, of the Jeffersonian who plays a forensic anthropologist in Bones. So very well done if you got Bones. The next, here we find Ms. Jack Naylor, who is a heart surgeon in the popular Tuesday evening television programme of Holby City, of which you had their theme tune last week. Question 3 asks you to name these two characters, or asks you to name the TV programme from which these two characters are from. So you have a detective and the devil. This is, of course, Lucifer. If you've never watched Lucifer, it's quite good. Give it a go. Question 4. I asked you to name this television programme from this character. Probably one of the most recognisable. It was, of course, Family Guy. And the last television programme was, of course, this character. It is a man in drag. It's our favourite Mrs. Brown. It was, of course, Mrs. Brown's Boys. If you only put Mrs. Brown, you don't get the point. I was asking for the TV programme, not the character. So you have to have put Mrs. Brown's Boys to get the point. No half points. Going to move on to question 6, which was sport. What sport would you play with this ball? It is, of course, a rugby ball. So the answer is you would play rugby. Which sport would you drive this? Now, this is where I said during the quiz, if anyone could put in the comments of which team this is and the driver, they would get extra kudos but no bonus points. So this is your chance to now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so if you want to tell me which team this was and which driver, then that would be spectacular. But if no one wants to pipe up, then I will skip on to the next question in about 10 seconds. And we have it. It was, of course, Jensen Button in a Brawn. Very well done, Elaine. Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton? Gah! No. I mean, Mercedes did take the team over, but Lewis Hamilton didn't go in for a further 2 or 3 years after they took it over. And even then, he only replaced Shuey because he was a bit old and the car didn't work. So, no, well done, Elaine. It was, of course, Jensen Button in Brawn GP. Brawn GP was around for 1 season, and they have 1 Constructors' Championship and 1 Driver Championship. So, arguably, the most successful Formula 1 team on record. And let's move on to question 8. What game would you play on here? It is, of course, basketball. Oh yeah, I never said the answer, did I? So if I go back, the answer is Formula 1. Okay, Formula 1. So what game is played using these goals? The answer is, of course, Quidditch. I specifically left this photo up with a little clue on the side, the Hufflepuff and Griffin. Oh no, is that Ravenclaw? Can't actually tell, it's a bit pixelated. No, it's Gryffindor. Of the Gryffindor and Hufflepuff tents. So well done if you managed to get Quidditch. And the last sporting question, what game is being played here? It's a local game that was invented in Sussex. It is, of course, stool ball. So well done if you managed to get stool ball. I imagine the kids who are taking part would have got this because most of you have had to play it at some point at school. Okay. Now then, let's move on to round 4, which was, of course, the music round. So, let's go to question 1. So, the answer to question 1 was, of course, Star Wars. I do not doubt that everybody got that right. And we now move on to question 2. Excellent. So that was, of course, Harry.
I'm not sure.
My devices are talking to me. So that was Harry Potter. But unfortunately, there we go. Harry Potter. So let's move on to piece of music number 3. After I've sorted out my technology. Okay, a slightly more obscure one, but one that I feel when the answer is given, a lot of you oldies will go, oh. Okay, so that was The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Now, lucky for me, it was the same piece of music that was played not only on the radio program, but also the television series and the film. So very well done if you got Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And we'll move on now to question number 4.
Now I had the time of my life. No, I never felt like this before. Yes, I swear it's a truth, and I owe it all to you.
Mother did not at all.
Mother can very well wait.
Which mother?
Yes, thank you, Mother. I don't know if you could hear that, but my mother was trying to call me on one of my Alexa devices. Right, so where was I? Question 4. No, stop. No, stop. See, this is what happens when people interfere. Question 4 was, of course, Dirty Dancing. So, well done if you got Dirty Dancing. Let's move on to question number 5. Question 5. James Bond. Sorry, my mother decided to call me again. She's such a cow at times. I know she's doing it deliberately. Let's move on. We'll get through this. I promise we're going to get through this. We're going to move on to question number 6.
You can't stop in avalanches of races down the hill. You can try to stop the seasons, girl, but you know you never will. And you could try to stop my dancing feet, but I just cannot stand still. 'Cause the world keeps spinning round and round.
Okay, so the answer to question number 6 was Hairspray. Oh, God, my face hurts. Oh, I'm not used to smiling. Let's go on to question number 7.
City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can't see. Who knows?
Okay, so question number 7 was La La Land. Yeah, Elaine, I'm inclined to actually agree with you there, but the music is still iconic, apparently. So let's move on to question 8.
Look, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, did you capture it? Just let it slip. Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready.
Okay, question 8 was 8 Mile. Well done if you got 8 Mile. That was one of Eminem's most famous songs. So let's move on to question number 9, the one which you would have all got, I'm sure.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you.
Okay, and the answer is obviously Titanic. It's not going to be anything else, really, is it? And our last film music for this evening was as such.
Mary, turn your face to the moonlight. Let your memory lead you. Open up, enter in. If you find there the meaning of what happiness is.
And this famous song was from a recent flop, but with still arguably a very iconic soundtrack. Cats. Ooh. Which you don't seem to be able to see, so There you go. Cats was the answer. So well done if you managed to get cats. And we will now move on to our final round of questions. Excuse me, sneeze there. Had just about had enough time to mute it. So, question 1 of current news and general ignorance was, one of Banksy's new creations was donated to a UK hospital this week. Which hospital was it? I was very lucky enough to be the University Hospital Southampton, or UHS for short. It's a piece of art that I am very much looking forward to. I'm going to be going to work tomorrow. I unfortunately left my phone at home today, but I will be going and taking my own picture of it because I would like it for my own records. So I'm very excited to go and find this bit of artwork. Question 2. This week saw the closest black hole discovered to our planet, but can you tell me how far away is it? The answer was of, naturally, 1,000 light years, or if you care to try and say the number below, you can. It's actually 9.5 thousand million kilometers. So still a fair distance, but in relation to universe distances, that's just next door. Question 3. History was made in Parliament this week, but what was the act that made history happen? So this was that there was a first remote vote to pass a bill through Parliament. So they voted remotely. Question 4. Why was Tom Cruise pictured here with a specialist team from NASA? So the answer for this is that he intends to be the first person to film a motion picture in space, as in a formalized motion picture film in space. He's not going to be the first person to film in space, but a motion picture film he will. And lastly, for the news round, who posted this tweet with 2020 OK bye thanks X, teasing us with another album release? Now, I actually gave you the answer with the picture, because when I read this news article, I looked at the picture and I went, I have no idea who the hell that is. And it's actually Adele. So Adele tweeted with 2020 OK bye thanks X, with a potential album release later on this year. So there you go. Not what I was expecting. And then we get on to our last 5 questions, which was all to do with bonfire societies in Sussex. So, which bonfire society do these colours belong to? We should have all got that. It's Cliff. Which bonfire society do these belong to? It's our very close neighbours of Seaford. Question 8. Which bonfire society do the red and white stripies belong to? It's another close one. It's Waterloo. I'm not even going to dignify that with saying everyone should know that. It's Southampton. Arguably the most offensive coloured stripes within our society rankings, I think. And lastly, a bit of a rogue one, a bit more distant to us, probably one of the further out meetings that we actually attend, and probably my favourite, Mayfield. And for any disputes on any colours, this is actually where I got everything from. So it was just a nice little collection of all of the active societies and the majority of the out meetings that we go to. And you can see all of their different colours all in one place. So any disputes, take it up with the guy who decided to create this. But that concludes our quiz for this evening. So, very, very well done to everybody who participated. So, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's scores. So, whenever you are free, please make sure you pop your answers, your scores from the doors into the online spreadsheet, which is actually in the details below, as it has been for the last several weeks. Making sure to put your team name so that I can put you into the league table and carry you on. And I think that's just about it for me to say. Is there anyone that any question that I missed, or anyone would like me to quickly go back over just to make sure they didn't miss it? But if there isn't, and I'll give you about 10 seconds to say yay or nay, I will be going and ending the quiz. But as I said at the start of the quiz, to the person last week who wanted an all picture quiz and said that they would drop a little envelope under my door, please deliver it to the door at Skyview on Hayton Road. I'm sure I'll be very pleased to receive it when lockdown is eventually over. In your feedback in the Google form, please let me know how you liked the format of this quiz, whether the pictures were particularly good or whether you would like some just word rounds. I'm happy to continue putting up the questions so that you can actually see the questions and see the answers, so you're not necessarily just relying on me talking at you for the whole 2 hours. I realise that that could be quite arduous, and I do like the sound of my own voice, except for when I have to listen to the recording, so I won't be listening to the recording. But any feedback, very welcome. I've tried to incorporate as much of your feedback into the quizzes as I can to try and get you as engaged as possible. But for now, I believe it is all for me to say thank you very much, and I'm going to leave you with some very topical music for this evening. So I hope you don't switch off straight away and let the stream finish. So good night.
On the farm every Friday, on the farm it's rabbit pie day. So every Friday that ever comes along, I get up early and sing this little song. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Bang, 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 bang goes the farmer's gun. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, 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 run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Don't give the farmer his fun, fun, fun. He'll get by without his rabbit pie. So run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Bang, 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 bang goes the farmer's gun. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, 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 run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Don't give the farmer his fun, fun, fun. He'll get by without his rabbit pie. So run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run.
He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a-blowin' reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a tooty-lad, a tooty blows it eight to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with him. He makes a company jump when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was a boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he plays boogie-woogie bugle, he was busy as a bzz bee. And when he plays, he makes the company jump eight to the bar. He's a boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. Do-do-do-do-da-da, do-da-da, do-do, he blows it eight to the bar. He can't blow a note if the bass and guitar isn't with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's a boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. Sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early fright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, he really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. Jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. We'll meet again.
what you doing tonight? Hope you're in the mood because I'm feeling just right. How's about a corner with a table for two, where the music's mellow with some gay rendezvous? There's no chance romancing with a blue attitude. You've got to do some dancing to get in the mood. Sister, what you call 'em, that's a timely idea. Something swing-a-dilla would be good to my ear. Everybody must agree that dancing has charm when you have a certain one you love in your arms. Stepping out with you will be a sweet interlude. I'll build her up, but that will put me in the mood. In the mood. Oh yes, I got it. In the mood. Your ear will spot it. In the mood. Oh, what a hot hit. Be alive and get the jive. You got to learn how. Hep, hep, hep. Hep like a heifer. Pep, pep, pep. Hot as a pepper. Step, step, step. Step like a stepper. Muggin', huggin' in the mood now. Mister, what you call 'em, what you doing tonight? Hope you're in the mood because I'm feeling just right. How's about a corner with a table for two, where the music's mellow with some gay rendezvous? There's a chance romancing with the blue attitude. We're in the mood, mood, mood. Down, wow, 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 down. Down, wow, 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 down. We're in the mood. We start hard and when we're in the mood, I think we got it 'cause we're in the mood now. Lit, lit, la, da, do, hep, 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 happity, happen, hep, 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 happity, peppin', step, 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 steppity, steppin', huggin' and a huggin' in the mood. Mister, what you call 'em, you see, what this kind of jivin' can mean to me. Swing it good and loud in an easy key, show how easy rockin' can really be. One is for the glory, and two and three, we're gonna break it up tonight. We're gonna tear it down tonight. We're in the mood, and man, it's good. Let's dig the mood. Send your sky high, high as the sky in the mood.
There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see. There'll be love and laughter and peace ever after tomorrow, when the world is free. The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover tomorrow. Just you wait and see. The shepherd will tend his sheep, the valley will bloom again, and Jimmy will go to sleep in his own little room again. There'll be bluebirds over the white cliffs of Dover. Tomorrow, just you wait and see.
On the farm every Friday, on the farm it's rabbit pie day. So every Friday that ever comes along, I get up early and sing this little song. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Bang, 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 bang goes the farmer's gun. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, 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 run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Don't give the farmer his fun, fun, fun. He'll get by without his rabbit pie. So run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Bang, 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 bang goes the farmer's gun. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, 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 run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Don't give the farmer his fun, fun, fun. He'll get by without his rabbit pie. So run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run.
He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowin' reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a tooty-lat, a tooty blows it eight to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless a bass and guitar is playing with him. He makes
makes a company jump when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he plays boogie woogie bugle, he was busy as a bzz bee. And when he plays, he makes the company jump A to the bar. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Do 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 da da do da da do do. He blows it A to the bar. He can't blow a note if the bass and guitar isn't with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's a boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Sleep with boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, he really breaks it up. When he plays reveille, he's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. So will you please say hello to the folks that I know? Tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny
Mr. What you callin', what you doing tonight? Hope you're in the mood because I'm feeling just right. How's about a corner with a table for two?